Welcome into Kitchen Talk Pickleball Edition. I'm your host, Caitlin Miller, and this week joining us is Anneliese Niebauer, the co-founder of PickleMatch. This is really exciting for anyone listening that is dating someone from pickleball, would like to meet someone from pickleball. This is the way to do it with her new app. So Anneliese, thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks, Caitlin. I'm super excited to be here and chat about it.
So I'm sure a lot of people would be interested in using this app, right? All the pickleball lovers out there. So tell me a little bit about Pickle Match and just kind of how you came up with this idea.
For sure. So I started this with like one of my best pickleball friends, and we've been joking about it for like the past 6 months. I was in a long-term relationship that ended last year, and so I was kind of like on the apps for the first time
Yeah.
and like going on dates and having varied successes, but like I wasn't having much fun doing it. And then I also am like cripplingly addicted to pickleball. And so I started like dating people that I met at pickleball and found that the relationships were just like much more easy, natural, easy to get off the
Yes.
ground. And I think the joke started because one time I was like looking at my friend's dupers and I kind of went down a duper rabbit hole and I was like, oh, who's this guy? And I was like, this should be a dating app. And then so me and my co-founder Michael were talking about it, and a few people that play with us at the club were like, I would actually use that. And so we, on a whim, just put up a sign up list and we put it in a few of like the team reaches and Facebook groups we're in. And we got to 100 signups like very quickly. And
Wow.
so we were like, okay, there's probably something here. So we had our launch party a few weeks ago at this point, and 120 people came. It was like super buzzy. We've got really good feedback from that, and we have a wait list now of like over 700 people. So
Wow.
we're feeling the momentum. It's currently live in beta, so we have people testing it, but it will be in the app stores hopefully in the next 2 weeks. And we're launching first in Colorado.
A quick break to tell you about something that's honestly helped me stay on the court longer and recover way faster. It's called Kinian. If you're dealing with knee or back pain like myself, tight shoulders, or just general soreness from playing a lot of pickleball, their recovery tools are a total game changer. The Move Plus Pro uses red light therapy to reduce inflammation, relieve pain, and help your body heal faster. And it's small enough to fit in your pickleball bag. Kinian also has a trigger point therapy tool that's designed to release muscle tension, break up tight spots, and improve mobility with targeted pressure. It's quick, effective, and super easy to use. So use code Caitlin for 10% off or scan the QR code right in front of you. From pain to possible, get back to doing what you love both on and off the court. Now back to the show.
You and I were just talking about, I feel like pickleball, you hear so many stories. Everyone's met their best friends, or they moved and knew no one, or they started dating someone, that they've met through pickleball. So it's such a, I feel like, easy and natural way, especially with the dating culture nowadays. A lot of people, like you said, are using the apps, and sometimes that feels a little bit less natural or more like an interview rather than having like a common interest like pickleball that's so easy and accessible. And so I feel like I'm not surprised that there's so many people interested.
100%. I think dating, I mean, there's a bunch of data about this, but like dating apps in general in the past year have been going down in terms of like usage. The younger generation isn't on them. And like I'm a party of one, so I can only speak to my experiences, but like
Yeah.
totally what you were saying. The first dates on dating apps like feel like job interviews, and there's just so much admin that goes into kind of like the swiping, chatting about random stuff. And I feel like what we've shortcutted and what we hope to shortcut is that you don't need to do so much like pre-screening, vetting, chatting with random people. It's like, let's play pickleball at a place that we both normally play pickleball at, like we're both
Right.
comfortable at the very worst case, like we play a couple of games of pickleball and it was fun. And maybe we don't stay in touch, but like at the best case, you meet a future partner, either romantically or friendship.
Yeah, I feel like there's like almost less pressure too, because like you said, you're going to a place you're comfortable with, you're playing a sport you're comfortable with. And then it's like, oh, hey, yeah, let's like play a few more games or let's go get a drink after or eat after. It's just kind of like just a good like buffer almost, because if you're not just like standing face to face either at a table or a bar or like at a baseball game that could take forever, it's like you're actually doing something, and you can easily do something after or stay in touch for another time. So I feel like this will be so successful.
Totally. And as you said, like from doing this, we've met a lot of people who have like met their significant others through pickleball. And one of the things we're very interested in about pickleball is that it's also not, I mean, the singles that are on the app are not necessarily playing singles pickleball. They're playing like usually doubles. And
Yeah.
so we're exploring a new feature, a new functionality of the app where it's called group hangs. And every week you get a group of 6 people where you like all agreed to the same times and dates you're available, same level, same area, same age range. And then you can either accept it or not. And if you accept it, like we take care of the booking and everything, and you show
Oh,
up, and it's kind of like a group date, and you're not necessarily intentionally matched with any one of the people, but like the idea is that it's a bunch of single people that you could be interested in, and like some sparks might fly, and like there's some sort of buffer, which I think like what we're trying to kind of recreate is how people used to meet before the apps,
yeah, I
with a
know.
little like assist.
Yes, isn't that a novel concept? I know when people actually, showed up to events or met people in person, I think it's so helpful to be able to do that, because then you can get a feel for it's just hard to look at a photo, right? Or like a
Totally.
bio and be like, oh, we're gonna have a connection. It's just kind of based on how they look and what they do, and I guess like where they're from and things like that. And this way, to like having 6 people rather than, one on one, it's like you can naturally more like form that connection with whomever you do, or just, meet new friends in that group.
Totally. And you brought up a really good point. It's like something I'm quite interested and passionate about, which is like on the dating apps, I think that people come up with arbitrary filters for what they're looking for
Yeah.
that kind of give them in a hetero relationship, like a male version of myself, for example. Like, I want someone who
Yes.
plays pickleball, who's smart, who's blah, blah, blah. And then, like, you go on a date, but there's like no connection. Whereas I think what we're focused on is like, a shared interest, a shared passion, a shared community, but like less filtering out based on photos or superficial things like, where you went to school, whatever. And like you know, learn about those things naturally through conversation and gameplay, and like let more organic relationships form. So at least for right now, we really are like not indexing on a bunch of the laundry list of criteria that the other dating apps have.
Interesting. So that's what my next question was going to be, is like, so what will a profile look like? Like, will it be based on age? Like, duper, is that involved? Like, skill level? I guess, show us what it will look like, or tell us.
Yeah. Yeah. So there are photos. I mean, I think photos like it just eases the tension of
Yes.
like who am I actually meeting up with? Um, and I think it's like hopefully more natural, sporty photos of you. And then age, location, where you like to play, the courts you play at. Duper, you can either self-report it or not, and we'll like show if it was from Duper or if it's like a self-reported level.
Yeah.
And then like how you like to play. So if you're looking for more competitive or you're looking for more social fun games. And we have a few other things. I mean, we have star sign and a few other like fun things in there. A few icebreaker questions like what's your favorite shot? What are you working on? But it's really going to be more focused on like can we get good games at similar level with similar like or like desired age range. Um, and we're also exploring potential partnership with Duper. So in the future, we might be able to pull in more things like what matches you've played in the past.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I know you mentioned you guys just had a launch party. Do you think that's something like moving forward, you guys will have like pickle match parties and stuff where it's extra big groups, I guess?
100% yes. So we're already planning our next event in Colorado And we are looking at our second city launch to be LA, and we're also
Awesome.
planning an event there. So I think we'll try to have events in all the cities we're live in on a regular basis, and we're hoping to work with like local people on the ground to be kind of ambassadors there and organize.
Yeah, that seems to be so like popular. Like we have a pickleball kingdom here, and one of the local influencers started like a single and mingles night, and I've heard that it's like sold out every time. So, and especially just having that big group, people are like kind of playing, having drinks, mingling. It's just like a very easy way to maybe meet your significant other or just meet a lot of people in your pickleball community.
Totally. I mean, we had 120 people show up to ours, so it was really full of life and people.
Yes.
And afterwards at the bar, it was really fun because there was definitely like everyone was on good form. They had just played pickleball, they were feeling good, and there was like a ton of connections forming, which I was really happy to see.
That's amazing because I'm sure you and your friend Michael like have put in. I mean, tell me how much work have you put into this? Because it seems to be like coming around rather quickly. And I know you're, trying to be like the first one to do it, which I totally give you a lot of respect for. But I mean, how many hours have gone into this concept?
Well, that's a good question. So on the like marketing and promotion stuff, we've gotten like pretty lucky. I think we really tapped into kind of some sort of cultural zeitgeist at the right time. I think there's something about this concept like right now where pickleball
Yeah.
is becoming mainstream and it's grown so much, but like it is going to continue to grow. You know, there's going to be people going to college for pickleball scholarships. People are going to be watching pickleball on Sunday night instead of football. Like pickleball as a lifestyle is only going to increase, and I think we've just like tapped into it right at the moment where it's big enough to take storm. But we got lucky with like getting picked up in local press and news articles. Luckily, pickleball is so communal that I'm very active in the pickleball community. So I'm in
Yeah.
like all the team reaches and the group chats and like the Facebook groups, but I just had to drop the link, around and we were able to get the signups. From a development standpoint, it's obviously like quite a lot of hours have gone into the development and hard work, but at the same time, like my co-founder is really forefront. His background is in building software, so he's
Okay.
got a lot of experience in that. But he's also like really leveraging new AI tools to
That's amazing.
test new interfaces, to like get function and features up and running really quickly. And it's pretty mind blowing how quick he moves with everything AI enables.
Wow. And so I'm sure, with all this hard work going on behind the scenes, to actually see those 120 people show up and the connections actually forming from something you built. I mean, how did that make you feel?
It's honestly like a dream come true. Truly, I've done a lot of like thinking in the past couple of years around what I want the next chapter of my career to be like, and I really wanted to focus on community and community building, and seeing community form and like being able to be a part of that is seriously a dream come true for me. And just waiting for like the first pickle match marriage and children to
Yes.
come from it.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that would be so cute. And that's such a good feeling too, right? That you are helping people either form relationships, friendships, build communities amongst these cities. I mean, that is something, that you should be so proud of. And I mean, with that being said, like what was your background? Like what have you done in your career before this?
Yeah, so my background has also been in like tech and software. I was at Uber Eats for quite a while, so I have a lot of experience kind of growing marketplace style businesses and like matching
Okay.
supply and demand, which I think somehow translates to this.
Yes.
And then I also have another software company that I started, so it's not my first rodeo starting businesses.
Wow.
Um, and yeah, I guess other than that, eclectic, but like, in tech and software and growing companies.
And what has been different about this experience and kind of working in the pickleball industry for you?
I think are you familiar with the term ikigai? it's like this circle of like where your competency and your
Oh,
interests
yes,
match with
yes,
like your
yes.
ability to kind of make money. And if you get in the middle, you're like living your
Winning.
highest self or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I think for me, like I feel like this is kind of the closest I've felt to that because
Oh,
I truly get to do what I love every day, which is play pickleball and talk to people that play pickleball about pickleball. And I feel like, my skill sets and my background and all the experiences I've had with growth and marketing and sales really fit into that as well. So I feel very like energized being in the space. And I really underestimated, I mean, I knew pickleball had a great community element, but I really
yes.
underestimated how much that helps grow business. Like, obviously it helps that I'm really passionate about it, but the network effect here is insane. You just drop a link in a group chat and it like goes viral. It's crazy.
No, it's so amazing. And even just, I mean, I've been full time in the pickleball industry since January. And before that, I was like part time. But I kind of went through the same thing you did. It's like, how can we put our passion and also like make money and make a living? But then, and that's kind of how I feel too. And then just all the people, like I've only been to two conventions and do stuff on social media and that's how we met, right? Through like a
Yeah,
mutual connection. So it's just amazing. There people will always reach out, be like, oh, you need to meet so and so. And then, you try to return the favor and things like that. And I think that is really what is special about the pickleball community.
100%. And like you can justify your hobby.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, oh, I have to go play pickleball today. It's work.
Yes, we have to network. That's so funny. No, I love it. And so people right now are currently beta testing this in
Yeah.
Boulder or in Colorado. So what has the feedback been?
I think people are really interested in the group match feature. I think being able to be matched with groups and going on the dates has been like fun. And obviously there's a bit of operational logistics we've been working on in the background, but I think
Yeah.
once we nail that, that's going to be an amazing experience. I think also people really like the pickleball focused profiles and the fact that there's not like a million questions to fill out when you first sign up. At least that's the one thing that I was really focused on building it was like it can't be too much admin to sign up and create your profile. And I think people have enjoyed the kind of like more lightweight, fun, uh, less information heavy profiles.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, that I know it's just like all the prompts that they have and just like all this information that I feel like is not really necessary. So it's nice that and then it encourages people. I feel like sometimes on the apps too, you get into these conversations and then you just never meet the person. Like it's
Totally.
just and it's like I don't need like a pen pal.
No, like
It's
truly, I don't have enough time to text my friends who
no.
I'm actually friends with. Like,
Yes, yes, let alone a stranger that you might never meet. I mean,
yeah.
it's so that's good that you guys are encouraging like, okay, you connected, there might be a connection, let's go play and let's like figure out a time and date to do so.
Yeah, and the other thing that we're really interested in, and it's not our focus for now, but a lot of people have been like, "Oh, it's just great to have a pool of players that like if I need a
Yeah.
fourth, I can come in here and find someone." And so there's definitely something there about just anyone being able to find a pickleball partner.
Yeah.
Obviously, right now we're focused more on like the romantic connection and dating side, but I think there's a big opportunity in the future of just making this more of like a networking app for pickleball.
Totally. And I'm sure too, like, have you formed partnerships with clubs? Like, are you encouraging people to go to certain clubs or can they just kind of pick and choose wherever they want to play?
So we let you put like whatever courts you're playing at most often in the app sign up, and then we coordinate people based on their like court similarities.
Okay.
Um, we are building partnerships with courts because we do want that seamless experience of like, hey, we've matched you, here's the group hang, like we've done the booking and everything, especially with
Yes.
groups, like you don't want payments or anything. So we have a few partnerships where like establishing it right now. But yeah, we definitely want to work with all the big players in the future. So
Yeah,
That will
and
be a next.
facilities will love that. I mean, obviously, it helps you guys to help organize gameplay, but
Totally.
then for them, it brings more people to their courts that probably, might not have known it or have never been there. So that's a win-win for sure.
Definitely. And that's how we see it too.
Yeah. And it's nice too that like you have like your co-founder is a guy, Michael. Like I feel like it's nice to have both genders, involved. So you get the girl's perspective, the guy's perspective. Is that how you've kind of, I guess, divide and conquer and, come back with different feedbacks?
100% yes. Like it's so helpful to have both of us because like he'll propose something. I'm like, oh, I don't think a girl would ever see it that way. Or like he'll have a question. I'm like, nah, girls don't think that way. And he does the same with like guys, which obviously, we can't speak for everyone. But it's
Yes,
helpful for
yes.
us to like have different lenses on it. Um, and also, like, I've been on the dating apps. Michael hasn't been on the dating apps in a long time. He's married.
Okay.
But he like, it's helpful for me to be able to bring that perspective of like, what is it actually like on the dating apps these days?
Yes. Yeah, no, for sure. Because I mean, it's interesting to hear though. I didn't even know that the stats, because it just feels like nowadays, like I feel like most of my friends or cousins have like met their significant others from the app. So it's interesting to hear from the research you've seen that apps users for dating is actually going down.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. And like the earnings reports for all the major app companies this past year have been pretty tough. Like I think they're all struggling quite a bit.
Interesting. Yeah, and the group dating too, I think that's such a smart idea because I was talking to one of my friends who's been using the apps quite a bit, and she's like, I just wish like I could take you with me and we could go on a group date and then it would be like more natural, whoever, and not even like if you have two girls and two guys, like she's like, I wish that they weren't even matched. It's just like more of like a natural, interaction. And so it's nice with like the group of six that you do, like it just no one's specifically matched. It's just based off that natural connection that I feel like we're all wanting rather than just like swipe, 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 and then it doesn't really lead to anything.
Totally. And I think like when I think about all of my relationships that have been meaningful to me, they've all formed more or less in that way, where it's like a group of friends and then like
Yes.
me and the other person had some sort of spark, so we like progressed it outside of the friend group. But
Yes,
that's like, I
exactly.
mean, that's how all of my real and deep relationships have formed. So I think that there is something missing there in the dating app scene.
Yeah. And so the testing is going on now in Colorado. You said you guys will probably expand to LA. I guess what are some of your short and then longer term goals with Pickle Match?
Yeah, so we want to be in at least 24 cities in the next 12 months.
Wow.
And we're thinking like probably the ones you're thinking about, but also we're
Yeah.
open to feedback. So hit me up on socials if you want us to launch in your city. But LA, Colorado, we're looking at Austin, of course,
Yeah.
and the Texas Triangle. Florida's got a lot of interesting spots for pickleball. Arizona's got a lot of interesting spots for pickleball. Um, Nashville, of course, we got to get there.
Yes.
New York. So we want to be in kind of like all the major cities by within the next 12 months.
Okay. I was going to ask when targeting like different cities that you guys are launching in. I mean, obviously you're from Colorado, so that's easy for you, but are you looking more so at like demographics, at how many pickleball players there are? How are you guys like working through that?
Yeah, so we're lucky in that we have a wait list that's like open nationally. So
Oh,
we're starting to kind of see trends of where people are signing up. And we get messages like DMs every day of people wanting us to launch in their city. So at some point, we're definitely going to use demand
okay.
and our network. We have relationships in some of the major cities that would be really helpful for launch. But of course, we're looking also at things like where there's other dating app density, and big cities tend to have a lot of like supply and demand in close places. Um,
Yes.
we're also looking at like pickleball club stats, pickleball growth stats, age, demographic, that kind of thing.
Yeah, totally. What age group do you think, what age group are you guys targeting? What kind of range?
So, I mean, this is probably not going to surprise you, but so our launch party was all ages. It was truly pickleball.
Uh,
Like we
yeah.
had a bunch of 20-year-olds, tons of 30 and 40-year-olds, and then we had a bunch of 55 plus too. So it's like
Oh my
I
gosh.
would say it was
Okay.
almost like evenly split throughout. Um, and we've gotten a lot of feedback from like the 55 plus audience, and so that's I think going to be
Like
something
the
we can
Golden Bachelor. I
100%.
love
That's going to be something that like
it.
we can tap into that other dating apps like haven't fully
Yeah.
figured out. But good news for the sport, like there's also a lot of young people playing pickleball now, and
Yes.
especially in the cities versus the suburbs, because we have users in Colorado in both. In the cities, it's definitely much younger. It's like 20s, 30s, 40s.
Okay, that makes sense. And so for people listening that want to get on that wait list for Pickle Match or you follow you guys, how could they do so?
So picklematch.co.co is our website, and you can find the waitlist there, everything there. Also on Instagram, we're PickleMatch app. So connect with us there. We post tons of interesting things happening and interesting app ideas and all sorts of stuff. So yeah, please do get in touch.
And I love that too on Instagram, right? You talk about or you interview people who have met through pickleball.
Yeah, we're starting a like pickleball meet cute series.
Oh, I
And so
love
if you met
that.
your significant other at pickleball, please DM me. I would love to talk to you about that story.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, Annalise, this has been so interesting to hear about. I can't wait to hear about, honestly, all the success stories of people meeting significant others, starting families, all from your app. That's going to be so rewarding. So, thank you so much for joining us and stay tuned to see who will join us in the kitchen next time.